good, beer is good, beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
Guys, Tuesday. Sorry there wasn't a brew review yesterday. I stupidly, I gave a friend a hand for a while tearing off a roof, and wouldn't you know it, a couple of days ago, there's the ships not trapped, but floating out in the ice, and then the following day, it reached like 91 degrees while removing shingles. Yeah, that makes you feel every bit Chuck's age. So, yeah, so by the time I got home, went to Johnnie, went through the hard drive and found a couple of good movies. One of them in particular that I thought was an outstanding movie was Ender's Game with Harrison Ford and those other people. So yeah. Oh, also Johnnie, you know all those 454 Casul rounds that got emptied. Yeah, they got filled back up. I can't wait to give these a try. He gave me some more of the 300 grainers, but he says that these ones are going to be even heavier hitting yet. Different kind of powder, and they're an actual Hornady XTP 240 grainers. So look forward to that. Oh, and as you can see in the background, after spending another 3 hours, I have the carving where the turn down handle needs to go done, and free floated the barrel again. Tell you though, I've noticed some of these ATI stocks are just a little bit different than I don't know if it's an older batch, a different mold, but I noticed a couple things that were just a little bit different about this one than my last one. The one thing is this time around I spent a lot more time on the bedding pillars. I actually used a set of indexing bits and got the holes just a little bit smaller than the pillar is, so that they had to be hammered into place as opposed to basically sitting there somewhat loose. So in the true sense of being bedded, they are. On the other hand, like Heffy, we were talking while I was doing this. I had one bolt they've been in and out of there so many times that, never mind. That I just so that anal retentive side is satisfied, I ordered a new set of bolts from Rock Solid Industries. But after what I went through to get it back together, I'm not swapping those bolts out until that thing has to come apart for some reason. And for the most part, it probably won't have to come apart. But now that it's all locked back together, I'm gonna be able to take it out to the shack, and I'm gonna start get it dialed in at 100 yards. And John Huber from Huber Concepts is challenging me to see how far that is capable of reaching out and touching someone, keeping in mind that the stock one with just the ramped sight supposedly had an effective range out to 800 yards. I can't even imagine. You can barely see a damn tart from me. You can barely see a damn target at half that distance on open sights. So that'll be interesting. And there's been a small alteration. I have to say, my new favorite play toy is the ATI AR-22, and I found an actual vortex mount, the cantilever mount, on sale on Amazon. So I picked it up and just did away with the did away with having multiple things to get to the same to the same height. So, what do you guys think about how that looks? I really like the way I really like the way this whole thing shoots. Definitely gonna have to talk to you, Steve, about what we can work out on some more 22. I'm gonna need to. I'm not like one of these idiot preppers who brags about having 20,000 rounds of 22 long rifle. My only goal is to make sure we have enough ammunition for everybody to have fun in September. And the other thing, and I mentioned it, I just thought I'd tease you and show you for all those that thought it was impossible to acquire one. This is last year's batch of barreled aged Imperial Stout from AleSmith. Yes, this will be showing up in a review. It starts off by spending a year getting all good tasting, and then on top of that, this one is a bottle from last year's vintage. So again, a big thank you to Nick at the Keyport over in Superior, Wisconsin. It's pretty cool when you find out that he's actually setting shit aside. And like I said, I don't know how many of these bottles that he got, but none of them hit the shelf. What are we looking at? Looking at the GUBNA Imperial IPA from Oskar Blues. That's what the guy said. The guy that works there. I kind of like Oskar Blues. Here's what the can looks like. And yes, there is a review on this, but this is a one sort of like the Bell's Hop Slam, and those seasonal ones. This is something that is different than last year's batch. I don't know what that is. Yes, one of my prized Samuel Adams glasses that I got from Matt. Knowing the way Matt is, I know he would be upset with me if I didn't continue to use them. So, Matt, one sits over there, and the other one gets used. Ooh, Heffy, look, it's looking like it's going to be a successful pour. Ooh, getting a little excited. Better slow down here. Oh man, you can just, it's everywhere. Okay, well, it's got a nice nice color to it. Definitely got some head going on. It's got a little bit of that thing that I tell you kind of look for in the. Oh, hang on. What the hell? I must have forgot to put the picture back up when I was looking this up on Beer Advocate. Some of them, and I realize it's just a matter of collecting the color in the beer and redisplacing it up in the bubbles, but it seems like maybe it's just a coincidence, but some of the best IPAs I've ever had do that little thing where the color of the beer actually changes in the color of the bubbles, and not just all of them, but kind of this one's only little slightly doing it, so it's probably not going to be that good because if it doesn't make the color in the bubbles. Citrus. some like fresh fruit in there. You can smell a little bit of lemon too. Who cares how it smells? Let's drink it. Cheers, guys. I know, just drink it. But before I do that, since I didn't get a brewery review up, I just want to say a special thank you to all the men and women that protect this country. I'm sorry to see the absolutely despicable stuff going on with the veterans and their health care. But not to turn it into something political, but all you people out there that think that Obamacare isn't exactly what's happening to our veterans, but will be happening to all of us, you're an idiot. I have way too many friends that are either A, in the military, or B, have been in the military, to start naming them because I would inevitably miss somebody and piss somebody off. But you guys know who you are. You know, a few of you guys that I hang out with like on a nightly basis are military, and all I can say is cheers to every one of you. And like I said, if I ran the zoo and you were willing to give the ultimate sacrifice to make sure that the rest of us are protected and safe and our way of life goes on, you guys and gals would be treated better than everybody else and not like crap like what's happening right now. So cheers to all you guys. This is definitely one where it's that little roller coaster of flavor. Right up front, you actually get like that sensation of sweetness that actually is right there before the citrus hit. And that citrus is kind of leaning towards the piney side, but there's still like a pineapple and a lemon flavors to that. And then you get this pretty intense dry bitterness, and then that kind of gives way to a little bit more of a citrus. Not a lot of the bread or the biscuit on this one, but still yet a very pleasant finish. I don't know if this one gives anything on the bitterness scale. I don't even know if this one even gives an alcohol percentage. Usually they all do. They're proud of it at that particular brewery. Oh yeah, 10%. IBUs it doesn't say, but 10%. A lot of carbonation for 10%. Out of Colorado. Another, I guess I don't even want to get into it. I got my own thoughts on that whole marijuana thing. I think everybody that's standing back and saying we should legalize it, it's got its place. I'm not saying that I haven't done it. Shit, there goes my political aspirations. Yeah, that up front, just a big smack in the face with all that citrus goodness in there, and like I said, you get like a pineapple and lemon like At least that's I think that's what I read on Beer Advocate. Really pick up the pineapple smell now too. I think right before you're getting that little bitter area, you sort of pick up on the alcohol, but for 10%, it's buried very deeply in the complexity of this particular Imperial IPA. Sorry, just looking. And I believe it's the same person on, like, I don't know if it's the last 2 videos or the last 3 over at the Ebomi side. Always just leaves a comment, I can't get enough of the mullet. Really? Evidently someone doesn't know what a fucking mullet is if you think my haircut is a mullet. I mean, granted, I don't know once it starts growing. Nothing happens. It gets cut. And then Pete thinks he's funny, makes a comment, because sometimes he just goes out and fishes for something to think that he's funny about. And in this particular case, 2 days later, he gets a completely screwed up haircut and basically calls me and said, yeah, I kind of fucked up on that one. That one backfired. I made fun of your haircut and then this. See? That's what happens when you mess with me. Sorry, I can't hear you right now over my awesomeness. Something that Johnny taught me. Yeah, 16 minutes and 50 seconds in, I'm about to give the brew E-scale rating on this. Who needs to buy some expensive timer when the camera is doing it? That Johnny, he's the shit, man. Oh. See, there, the damn camera's doing it again. Granted, yesterday I got more than my fair share of sun. Pretty much had a roll in, I'm not even shitting you, SPF 100, and I think there's even higher than that now. Had to keep putting this shit on. I don't deal well with the sun. So where are we? Huh? Okay. Just checking, just looking. GUBNA from Oskar Blues. Oskar Blues. I think that one guy was just messing with you, Johnny. It's got to be Oskar Blues. It just sounds cooler. Where do I put this on the E scale? I give this a 10. This is this year's batch, some really good stuff. What should we look at next? Just a decision. I actually haven't really thought about it. And the one cool thing is between New York Half-Ass Prepper, a bunch of shit from Johnnie yet, and now a whole bunch of stuff from Heffy and Heffy. So he sends me all these really kick-ass looking bottles of beer. And I just figured he's probably done the research himself on this. No, he just went and bought the shit and sent it to me, and then if I like it, he'll actually buy it. Okay, so let's pick something that Heffy sent. Tomorrow, Wednesday. And of course, we already came to the conclusion that if it's got the little paper thingy, it has to be awesome. Right now we just call this a 10, and not even, we'll just meet back on here on Thursday. limited edition. Fuller's bottle condition. Well, it's something that you normally don't see much of unless it's in some of the, maybe this must be a higher end stuff. An Imperial Stout limited edition, 10% by volume. JR10, can you believe that shit? 2 in a row that get your seal of approval. And I noticed that you have another video out. I am just, yesterday, honestly, granted, probably a lot of people I really wasn't all that social yesterday, other than with Christine. You know, got quite a few friends, and friends that have family members that have gone through some terrible shit because, you know, military and either being gone or whatever. Like I said, I didn't really want to get into the name thing, but look at my friend Justin. A lot of you guys know his YouTube channel, J-Rock. He cannot catch a break. Battling cancer after cancer after cancer, and you know, 1 minute he's putting up a video saying, "Fuck you, cancer, I kicked your ass," and then, you know, 6-8 months later, it's starting all over again. So why am I sidetracked? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Yesterday I didn't really, even more behind on shit because I didn't really do much internet-wise yesterday. I spent the day with Christine. So let's take a look at this tomorrow. What can I tell you about it? Obviously, Effie can't tell me shit about it. Favorite of the Russian Royal Court. This limited edition Imperial Stout has been specially created as a single brew in a unique edition of the recipe, character, blah blah blah, hops, hands, infusion, rosebuds. Yeah, rosebuds. Okay, well, let's take a look at this tomorrow. See, now the color doesn't... The camera. And this one, of course, is a thank you to Johnny. It's like some kind of a secret agent shit. Johnny Watson. Okay. Yeah, it was great to do that all over again. I think this time I'm going to skip that little self-stick pad that they had on here. Not that I didn't like the idea of the pad being on here, but it was gray and it's just kind of just stood out too much. So, cheers guys. Have a safe Tuesday and a safe Wednesday. We'll meet back here and we'll take a look at the that special reserve edition Imperial Stout that Hefty 67 sent. Okay, I understand there's hockey tonight, so I'm gonna go do that, and check you guys tomorrow and take a look at that one, and hopefully it's super good. If not, I don't have anything really.